The Milwaukee Bucks were absolutely dominant last night. They showed up huge against a division rival, and our superstars led the way. I cannot wait to talk to you guys about this game. My name is Nathan Burton. I'm here with Bucks Digest, your number one source on YouTube for all things Bucks. I'm going to get right into it, guys. The game last night was awesome. The Bucks showed up in a big way against their division rival. You know, there's some sting still from the Tyrese Halliburton 4-point play that sunk the Bucks just a few nights ago, and they clearly wanted this win. Our superstars, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, showed up and showed out. I can't wait to talk to you guys about this game and why I think this result is repeatable come playoff time, where it looks like inevitably we likely will be playing the Pacers again in the first round. Now, before I get too into it, I just want to mention to everyone that we are chasing down 3,000 subscribers on the channel. It looks like just a small percentage of you guys have hit subscribe, so we really appreciate it. If you like what we're doing on the channel, let us know you're here. But I'll dig right back into it, guys. Let's talk about the rivalry. We know what sets the stage here. The big thing is the playoff exit last year when the Pacers took the Bucks out despite being the lower seed and with Giannis injured. Of course, there's some other layers to the rivalry with the NBA Cup games and kind of the game within the game. You know, Tyrese Halliburton swiping Dame Lillard's Dame Time celebration. These games are hotly contested. These two teams do not like each other. But of course, the X factor in this matchup is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was not able to play in the playoffs last year, and he is dominant against the Pacers. Look at these stats. He scored 34 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Last night he had a couple blocks. He was all over the court. And if you dig in a little further, it gets even more impressive. He scored 74% from the field, 14 of 19. When Giannis is this efficient, our team is nearly unstoppable, guys. He was all over the court. He was scoring dunks, layups, mid-ranges. I'm going to get into that a little bit more later. But let's give a shout out as well, of course, to Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard showed up huge as well. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, nearly a triple-double. When our two top players are playing like this team is scary. But I'm going to focus a little bit more on Giannis. When the Indiana Pacers come up on the schedule, Giannis is looking at him a lot like this with a little gleam in his eye. He has not forgotten what the Pacers did to his Bucks last year, and he is historically dominant against this team. I'm just going to show you guys his stats right here. In the last 10 games against the Pacers, he scored 36 points, adding 13 rebounds and 6.7 assists. Those are monster numbers. He loves to play the Bucks. I just want to take a second here as well to just, I think we take Giannis's dominance for granted sometimes. We've seen it so much, but let's talk about how special it really is. I came across this graphic online. I just want to show you guys. In the last 10 years in the NBA, this is the most 30-point games. Giannis is number one by a wide margin with 284 games. That's more than Steph Curry. That's more than LeBron James. That's more than Kevin Durant. That's more than all the who's who of the NBA. But also, if you look at the graphic, number 3, Dame Lillard, 241 games. When these two guys are playing their best basketball, if they're scoring 25, 30 points a night each, then the Bucks are super hard to beat, and they are a title contender. It's really nice to see both these guys healthy and firing on all cylinders. But I just want to highlight one thing about Giannis's game last night, and that was exactly how he was scoring his points. I talked in a previous video about Giannis adding a mid-range jumper this year. He was on the court showing exactly that last night. This is a shot a couple short years ago, of course, that teams would have been happy to let Giannis shoot, but He has made it into an absolute weapon. Guys, I want to just bring up this quote. I know I used it last video, but it's so shocking. I need to talk about it again. He's shooting 47% from the field from mid-range while shooting the 4th most jumpers. That's a better percentage than Donovan Mitchell, DeMar DeRozan, and Kyrie Irving, kind of your who's who of mid-range guys. That gives you an idea of exactly how dominant he has been from this area. I'm going to bring up a couple clips for you guys. They're all from last night. Mid-range from the free throw line. Easy. Same shot. Pretty much the same shot twice in a row. He can do it from both shoulders. This one's insane. Fade away. When Giannis is shooting a mid-range and making people honor that shot and come out and defend him, he is super hard to deal with. You love to see him making this shot. Now, I want to move on from Giannis. I'm going to talk to you guys about the bench last night. The bench showed up like crazy. Gary Trent Jr. had 16 points off the bench. He made 3 3-pointers, and he was a team high plus 23. That is huge. I've talked about before about the Pacers specifically having an advantage when it comes to the bench over our Bucks, but we showed that that is not the case this year. Our new additions have showed up and are strong off the bench. Gary Trent was amazing. Kevin Porter Jr. had a great game. He was only in the game for 18 minutes. He made 9 free throws, just hunting down the rim and scoring. He was great. Even Jericho Sims, you're going to look at his stat line and think, oh, not that impressive, right? He had a rebound and an assist in 11 minutes. He was plus 18. His presence around the rim really makes a difference for this team, altering shots and doing the little things that don't always show up on the stat sheet. So, if Giannis and Dame are going to be this dominant and our bench is going to show up, then the Bucks have a chance for a title. When this team is on all cylinders, they are a title hopeful. They have a huge game tonight against the OKC Thunder. I mean, perennial MVPs matched up against one another in Giannis Antetokounmpo and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. These are 2 of the top 5 players in the league. This is really a test of mettle for the Milwaukee Bucks. I can't wait to watch this game. We'll be talking about it for sure in a future video. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that the Pacers stand a chance against Giannis and the Bucks when they're playing like this? I certainly don't. I think if Giannis and Dame show up like this and the bench is scoring 30, 40 points a game, we outscored the Pacers bench last night by 30 points. If our team is firing on all cylinders like this, I think we are nearly unstoppable. But I want to know if you guys agree. I want to know your thoughts on the game last night and on the stretch towards the playoffs. How do you think we match up against these Pacers? And where do you think our advantages or disadvantages are? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll be back soon on Bucks Digest. Fear the deer, baby. Let's go.